Shalom, shalom. I know the lighting is really bright, but that's okay. That's okay. Um, I have a lot of notes here. This is my binder. See, my little flower that I drew, and I was going through the notes last night because a lot of times, sometimes when you're doing so much study, you can forget what you are. I know the sun's really bright, so don't mind the sunlight. So I was reading through my notes because sometimes you know how it is. Y'all can be revealing so much over a season or over a year, and sometimes it's just good to go back and read and review what Yah has taught you, where He has carried you, and just it's like a good refresher. Um, I'm trying to find where that verse was about the city, and I wrote it on here. I know I wrote it on here. Hold on. I'll find it. Okay, so it was just the meditations about the city. What Yah views as a city? How do you build a city? Who comprises of the city? This is something that we really don't think about a lot. I think from a Western perspective, but when you look about a city from a Hebraic perspective, okay, a city is based off of a woman, and somebody might say, well, why would you refer a city to being a woman? Or scripturally in the Ibri, a city can be analogous to a woman, and cities have been named after women. Like when we talk about Zion, Mount Zion. Mount Zion is a mountain, okay? A city that is off of the name of a woman, Zion, okay? So this is how Yah gives credence and credit to Zion by naming a city, a mountain, after the woman. There's a scripture verse that in one of my teachings I touched on, and I'm not sure really if I went into detail, like much detail about it. I'm not sure if I did or didn't, but I wanted to just go back and touch base on this. I'm trying to remember if it was from Isaiah or Zephaniah, because it's in my notes for sure, and I inserted it in my notes, but I don't quite remember where. So give me a moment, because I had it last night, and then is it from Isaiah? Maybe it's from Isaiah. No. Isaiah was about beyond the rivers of Cush. Remember that part. Hold on, bear with me. This is when you just say, you just got too many notes. There it is. Jeremiah chapter 31. Okay. See what verse did I do? I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I did all the way through 28. Okay. I'm not even sure if I did a study on this yet. I mean, a teaching on this yet. I'm not sure if I did teaching on this. I literally went through Jeremiah chapter 31 from verse 1 through 28 from the Ibri. Like I wrote it all down. Oh, this was just recently. That's why it was September 5th. I wrote it all down. I went through 28 verses. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 pages. I mean, like back and forth, obviously. And then I wrote it from the Ibri, another pages. This is how many pages I did. Just going through Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1 through 28. and breaking it all down. Now, when I was reading back through my notes, I came back across this part right here where it says, in verse 4, again, I will build you, and you shall be built. Okay, newly married maiden, virgin bride of Israel. Still, you will put on your hands your drums or cymbals, and you shall go forth in the round dance of those laughing, dancing to music, or we would say in Ibri, mismor. Yet again, you, feminine singular, will plant vineyards, gardens on the mountains of Sharon, which is Samaria. You can see in brackets, I just, for a geographic reminder, is the northern region of Israel. Those planting have planted, and they apply its produce for common use. Okay? So you can see right there that um, I never, when I was translating this from back from the Ibri to English, there was a note in the lexicon that mentioned about when it's a masculine, when it's a male speaking to a female, and he says to the female, I will build you and you shall be built. It's pretty much him, he is saying that he wants to establish a family with her. So I'll break this down a little bit here. Okay. And this is how you build a city. Because in order to build a city, you have to have people. But you can only get people through male and female. And just like Adam and Eve had multiple sons and daughters, okay, that builds up eventually into a city of many people as well, who will further go on and have their own sons and daughters. This is how you build a city. So yeah, it really helped me when I was breaking this down to realize that the reason why a city is referring to a woman is because this is how you build a city, through a woman, um, in the realm of eternity, producing multiple offsprings, and those offsprings produce more offsprings, and they become a pretty much from going from being a family to being a city, a place of families related to one central family. Okay. So I wrote here this following. From it, the word for to build is bana, almost similar to like b'nai. We say children, b'nai, ben for son, right? So this is the root word for build, to build, bana. And here I wrote down from the notes, to build a house for anyone is equivalent to giving him offspring and descendants. A house is by common Eastern metaphor applied to family and children. And he who begets children is said to build a house. A woman is said to be built if her house is built. It's literally saying when she has offspring. So essentially, when you see Yahweh mentioning in Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 4, I will build you, feminine singular, okay, and you shall be built. Meaning, I will build you, meaning I will beget children from you. I will build a house from you, woman, and you will be built. So to say, you will bear offspring, you will bear children that will build this city. Okay, that will build this house, and that house will grow so large that it will become a city. So this is how a city is equivalent to a woman. So I hope with that, I can go in more detail. I'll probably break down all of Jeremiah chapter 31 later, but I just want to bring about this meditation on city, which in Ibri is ha'ir, ha'ir, or ir. Okay, I think it's ayin, yud, and resh. Okay, so like the I for ayin and the yud for the hand to make, and Ir is the head, the top, the summit. Okay, so it's like almost analogous. It makes me think of a mountain actually, just by um, breaking those three letters down in Ibri. So anyway, that's all I want to really do, is just to give this meditation on city and why a city is synonymous to a woman. So a woman builds a house. A man builds a house through a woman. And Yah builds, okay, Yehoshua is going to build his city, Mount Zion, through that woman, okay, the woman, Revelation 12. This is how the city will be built, Mount Zion, which is named after the woman. Okay, so with that, that's all. It's my meditation. So, all right. Shalom. Shalom.